You're spending thousands on ads every single month. Meta, Google, TikTok, influencers, paying for every click, every visit, every eyeball that lands on your store. And what happens to most of that traffic? Gone forever. 97% of visitors you paid for leave without giving you a way to reach them again. No email, no follow-ups, no second chance to sell. And you're left refreshing your ROAS, hoping the algorithm stays in your favor for the next day. So here's what's actually happening. Most e-commerce brands don't have an email marketing strategy. They'll have a pop-up form, a basic welcome flow, maybe a weekly promo blast that trains their audience to ignore them, and then they'll say email just doesn't work for us. Email marketing isn't broken, your setup is. I've worked with over 30 brands within Klaviyo and I keep seeing the same patterns appear. The brands leaving the most money on the table aren't the ones with the smallest lists, they're the ones who make the same 5 mistakes on repeat. Mistakes that bleed revenue every single day through every launch, every abandoned cart, every post-purchase window, while their Klaviyo dashboard just sits there. One brand that we worked with was capturing less than 1% of their web traffic. Their flows were set and forgotten. Within 30 days of fixing these 5 mistakes, email became their single highest converting revenue stream. The mistakes aren't always obvious. Some of them are hiding inside accounts that look completely fine on the surface, but are quietly costing them thousands every month. In this video, I'm going to break down all 5, what they are and why they're killing your results, and exactly how to fix each one within Klaviyo. Let's get into it. Okay, so the top 5 worst email marketing mistakes e-commerce brands make. These are the top 5 mistakes that I see most common when I'm auditing Klaviyo accounts. So we'll go through this document one problem at a time. You can open up your Klaviyo account and just double check all the issues I have that I've highlighted on here, and you'll be able to amend anything that comes up. So number 1 is going to be having the double opt-in enabled. So this is something that Klaviyo has on by default, and it is essentially when someone joins your email list, most likely through a pop-up form, they're going to have to confirm before joining your list. So this is essentially just an element of friction. It's just another step that someone has to do to get that first email, where the likelihood is that first email is going to have the offer incentive in there. So that unnecessary friction added is going to be a huge problem. So all you need to do is just turn this off. If you're cleaning your list regularly and getting rid of unengaged subscribers, this is not something you need on. So to fix this, all you need to do in your Klaviyo account is go to list and segments, and then you just click on the 3 dots on your main email list. So wherever your pop-up form is submitting to, go to list settings, click on consent, and then just enable this single opt-in. This will be on by default, the double opt-in, just change it to single opt-in. So that's number 1. So number 2 is having smart sending turned on for all of the automated flows. So this is something again that Klaviyo has on automatically, and it essentially means that if another email is due to go out but someone has received an email within the last 16 hours, it's not going to go, it's not going to send, which for sending campaigns is a great feature. But the thing with flows is they're being triggered by someone taking a specific action, so adding an item to a cart, browsing a product, making a purchase, whatever it might be. So they're far more relevant to that specific email, so they're more likely to convert. So you really want to make sure that these emails go out like on purpose. As I mentioned here, if smart sending is turned on, a campaign could block your abandoned checkout email from sending, and that is going to be a potential sale gone. So the way you have to fix this is go through every single one of your flows, and on each individual email there will be a smart sending box that says here skip recently email profiles. You need to uncheck that box, confirm on every single email. So it's a bit of a pain to do it on every single one, but it's very important. It will make a huge difference to your sales. Here's the thing, if you're not building your email list strategically, you're starting at a massive disadvantage. Before you even send your first campaign, you've already lost. If you want to see how I can fix this for your brand, then head to the link in the description and book in your free strategy call at oakhurstmarketing.com. I'll audit your current list strategy and show you exactly what's killing subscriber quality and map out a system to build an engaged, profitable list. No guesswork, just real strategy. Back to the mistakes that are costing you. So number 3 is going to be sending campaigns to your entire newsletter. So every single list is going to have dead profiles that are going to never open, never engage, never click, whatever it might be on your email. That's just how it is. There will always be those people that have either signed up with fake email accounts, or they signed up, used your offer, and then they will just never open an email again. That's just part of how it is. So if you keep sending emails to people and they are never opening your email, you're damaging your sender reputation. So you're reinforcing to Gmail, Outlook, Hotmail that people don't want to open your emails. And when you do that, that's how your emails start ending up in spam. So you really need your open rates to sit comfortably between the 40 and 60% rate. When you've got a high open rate percentage, that means you've got a better deliverability. You're reinforcing to Gmail, Outlook, Hotmail, etc. that you are not spam and people do want your emails. So the more people that see your emails, the more revenue you're going to get. So what you want to do is you just want to send your emails to an engaged segment. So that's anyone who has opened, clicked, or viewed a product or has been active on your site in the last, I put X days here, really it should be around 90 days. If someone has done any of these things here in the last 90 days, days, send to that segment only. It's really easy to do with Klaviyo now. You can actually go to list and segments, create a segment, and you can just enter in this prompt, create a segment of people who have opened, clicked, or viewed a product or been active on site in the last, I put X days there. The reason I've done that is because you could start with 90 days, but if you already have bad deliverability, start with 30 days and send a few emails to that. Monitor the open rates. Are they getting above 40%? If they are, move it up to the 60 days and finally to the 90 days. So you want to end up at 90 days there. So as I mentioned here, if you're seeing sub 20% open rates, start with 30-day engage and work outwards from there. Okay, so mistake number 4 is buying an email list. So this isn't something I see, I would say, too often, but when I do see it, and I have seen it a few times, it is like catastrophic. It's really, really bad. It can just completely destroy your brand. I worked with a client a while ago. They set up a new brand and they had a previous old brand in a completely different niche, and they just decided to download that old email list of 100,000 people and start sending them emails, and they just assumed they've got the list, they can email them. Now, no one has consented to this new brand. It's in a completely different niche. It's just not relevant to what they've originally signed up for. So the moment they sent that email, they got thousands of marked as spam complaints. The open rates were incredibly low. Spam complaints go through the roof, and it really makes your sender reputation take a huge hit. And we actually had to spend quite a few weeks, if not a month, repairing that sender reputation. So just don't do it. It's also against GDPR, I believe, because no one's consented to receiving those emails. So you're emailing someone without their consent. So essentially it's worthless. They didn't get any sales from it. It was absolutely pointless. People just think because they've got an email list of 100,000 that it doesn't matter what I send them, people will buy it, but that is just not the case. So just start building your email list from scratch, from the traffic you are sending to your current website. It's the best way to do it. And then mistake number 5 is going to be bad pop-up forms. The pop-up form that you have on your website is going to correlate directly to how many people enter your list, which ultimately dictates how much revenue your email channel is going to generate. So majority of people, 98% of traffic is going to leave without buying. Your pop-up form is just about how to capture those people before they go. So every person that doesn't sign up to your pop-up form, that's someone you paid to acquire. You paid Meta to send, Google, whatever it might be, to send them to your website, and you never hear from them again. So you want your pop-up form to be performing as best as possible. And the amount of websites and stores I see where someone's pop-up form is just awful, it's converting at less than 1%. Pop-up forms really need to be converting at least 10%. And the most common issues I see are hiding the offer. So you need to lead exactly with what someone is getting if they sign up. If they can't see it immediately, they're just going to close it. So this means in the headline, you need to say exactly what you're giving someone, whether that's a 10% off discount, free shipping, as I've got down here, an exclusive, sort of mystery discount almost. You need to say it straight away with as few words as possible. And then the second issue I see is having too many input fields. So a lot of the times you see where a brand wants a first name, a second name, an email address, a phone number, and a date of birth. It's so much friction. It's so many boxes that someone has to fill out to get that incentive, and it's just not worth it. So what you want to do instead is have something like this example here. This is a really good example of a high converting pop-up form. So you've got a micro commit here. So this is all they need to do is tap this button or this button. There's no entering, there's no typing, anything at all here. So this is a micro commitment. Now, once someone does this, they're far more likely to do this second step because they've already committed to this first step. So it's just human psychology. Now you'll see here, there's minimal copy. We're talking less than 10 words, and it is just, you've got an exclusive discount. We're not saying sign up to our email list and we're going to send you exclusive offers, blah, blah, blah. No one cares at this point. They just want the offer. And you'll notice it is just that headline, one input, and then continue, right? I would even change that continue to claim my discount, because continue actually implies that there's further steps. And then again, you'll see here, they're asking for the phone number, but they've done it on 2 separate steps. So if this was enter your email address and your phone number, this pop-up form would perform terribly, but because it's in a second step, it's far more likely that you're going to get people to fill out that input. So yeah, there we go. Those are the top 5 mistakes that I always see when I'm auditing Klaviyo accounts. 90% of e-commerce brands are building their email list wrong. They chase size over quality, throw up a generic pop-up, don't segment, and waste the welcome sequence. And then they say email doesn't work. It's not email, it's the way you build your list. The 10% doing it right are generating real revenue. They lead with strong offers, qualify subscribers at capture, segment immediately, and use the welcome sequence to build trust and buying intent. After working with 30+ brands, I can tell you this: the winners aren't the ones with the biggest lists, they're the one with the right lists. A list of 10,000 engaged subscribers will outperform 100,000 unqualified leads every single time. If your email list isn't converting, the problem isn't the channel, it's your strategy. Go to oatcoastmarketing.com, book a consultation, and I'll show you exactly where you're leaking revenue and how to build a list that actually converts. Your competitors are already doing it, don't get left behind.